Hey, it's us once again. I'm JT. Got my homeboy with me. Say something, Mike B.
What it do?
That's what he says. Welcome to another quickie episode. You know what I'm about to ask you. How you been doing, brother?
I've been good, man.
You been alright?
I've been alright.
Life's been treating
I feel good about today. Well, I was. Because you know, well, you know, but y'all probably don't know. Some of you guys don't know that Mike B went out and bought him a bike. And I've been tuning the bike up, getting it ready for that first ride.
Like,
man,
he doing all this tuning in. When that gonna happen though?
No, I rode today.
Oh, really? How'd it go?
I feel like it was the worst experience of my life.
It seemed like you look funny riding a bike.
In my mind, I felt like, you know how to ride a bike. It's like swimming, you don't forget how to do it. And I didn't forget, but my body wasn't ready at all.
I can believe that.
And so I almost fell twice.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah.
Yo grown ass.
It was so
looking crazy.
embarrassing.
It's probably somebody seeing you out there looking crazy.
I refused to look at people.
Oh, no.
I kept my head straight. For some reason, I felt so stupid riding this bike. And then, like when I'm in the car and I see people riding, I don't think they look stupid. I'm like, they just riding the bike. That's what they do.
Yeah.
But I felt like this is wrong. And I didn't even I went out there, got on my pads on,
they look like they've been
cycling
on, for about
I got my hat
years.
on.
Yeah.
I had my little sun. I even got some riding glasses, JT.
That's what I'm saying. You probably look brand new. That's probably.
And I rode brand new. Let me tell you, I went down to the corner, like right outside the apartment complex, down to the corner, waited on the stoplight. I was excited. Waited on the stoplight to change. It was my time to go.
Yeah.
Boy, I started pedaling. The bike started shaking. I started shaking. Like, I was not ready
You
for
didn't
this.
tweak the bike? Are you sure it just
I was trying to get used to like riding, and then I'm trying to adjust the gear to make it easier than this, because this don't feel
like
right.
you're doing too much. It seemed like
I was not
you're
prepared.
running a machine, not a bike.
And so I made it across the street, needless to say. Then I probably made it one more block before I said, you know what?
Let me turn my hand.
That's enough for the day.
How far did you?
I told you I went to the post office right up here.
Yeah.
I made it there.
That's across the street. Straight up, at least you made an effort.
I did.
At least you made
and
an
effort. I was proud and embarrassed.
I can believe it.
At the same time. I said, at least you took the bike out. And I told you yesterday that I spent most of the day trying to get my speedometer to work.
Yeah.
Ask me how many times I looked at that damn speedometer.
Like you were.
I forgot all about it. I'm trying to survive on this. I said, I can't wait to get to the point where speed matters.
Yeah, because I'm like, the post office, you ain't speeding at all. You probably going like 3 miles an hour.
That was a struggle. Man, it was so embarrassing. I'm looking around like, please, Lord, don't let people be watching me. I think I went at a good time. Even though it was hot, like I went around noon, it was too hot to be out trying to ride a bike. With all the protective gear that I had on, man, I was sweating. You would have thought I did a mini marathon.
It was somebody in the window looking at your ass.
I bust that Yui, brought my ass right back to the apartment. Now when I got out here, I made a couple blocks, a couple laps rather.
Oh, in the parking lot.
In the parking lot. I said I got to do something
to make it real,
to make it worth it. Like you bought a bike. And
I thought you would have went up and down like rainbow or something. Not go
across
and then turn around.
So today was just a test.
Oh man!
But it was embarrassing. And I'm like, you bought all that shit for this bike, and you you really can't ride it. But I'm gonna get there. I ain't giving up.
Yeah, I mean, you out there. And it was only like for 20 minutes.
It wasn't no 20 minutes.
It took you long?
No, less.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess 20 minutes if you count the laps.
Yeah.
But to go to the post office, that was probably a good 4 minutes.
That's a damn shame, Mike.
But I did it though. That's what I'm proud that I did it.
I got your ass. do it, people. My game system broke down, and so I pushed the button. Nah, it ain't working. I pushed it again. Nah, it ain't working. Now I unplugged it and plugged it back in. You eliminating everything to make sure And so I'm thinking, this guy right here, a degree in computer science. Every now and then I come, he got chips and shit on his floor. He got he doing shit, looking up on the internet, trying to fix shit. I see him do other friend and family shit. I'm like, this is the best person to ask. So I text my brother Mike. I says, hey Mike, I told him the situation. He gonna text me back. Did you unplug and plug it back in? I was so disgusted. I did that. I'm like, I'm thinking this dude right here. He gonna give me like the best educated answer. He gonna give me something that like I'm turning on a fan or something. Did you unplug and plug it back in? I text his ass back. I said, what I say?
Something about
your computer science shit. He need to turn it into damn paracord. Cause I couldn't believe this at all. I was so pissed. I was so undone.
But just because you got a degree in computer science, that's programming.
But unplug and plug it back in. That's what I was pissed off about. You could have bullshitted me, and I would have tried. At least I would have felt better. Or I was. You see, I didn't text your ass back. I'm like, boy, I almost cussed you out. I couldn't believe it. Unplugged.
You questioned my degree?
You need to go back to your school and
get my money.
They a fraud.
No, you ain't. I don't fix video game systems.
But
I never.
I come in and I'm thinking this dude got computer shit everywhere. The game system is computer, and I'm thinking at least give me something. Throw me a bone. I unplug and plug it back in.
And I still don't have no. That's all I got.
I couldn't.
Did you
believe
break the
that.
system?
Yeah, I thought about it, but
Then you thought about me.
Yeah, and he probably gonna plug it in. Well, I'm just gonna leave it alone, and we get back to it. I was so undone, and it still said what. And I looked on the internet and try to do what you did, but
you should.
It seemed like
you
it was some simpletons.
You should break.
I might try what they did. But
you ain't getting no lights, no nothing.
I mean, it's the light is like red blinking, and then when I turn it on, no.
These are questions like this.
Yeah, instead of unplug and see, that's what I'm talking about. Back and forth, good banter. That's what I was looking for. Not unplug and plug it back. This dude right here. Unplug. I kept on running that in my head. Right? Unplug. And then gonna say, other than that, I'm out, brother. I'm like, computer science, my ass.
That's all I got. You stupid.
But anyway,
I didn't know you was gonna bring.
I'm like, I got some grievances to air. Goddamn it. I was like, I'm gonna wait. I ain't gonna talk about it.
I meant to ask you about the game yesterday.
Oh man! But anyway, this morning we woke up to some bad news down in Florida, Orlando. I think it was a gay bar or gay club down in Orlando, and this we just gonna call him a terrorist. Found it well, and it's hard to go in. And she started shooting up the place. And, when I first heard it, it was last night because my cousin was posting about it. But I didn't know really, you just heard it was shooting. Mm-hmm. And so, you like, oh, goddamn, another shooting. But then, it was like, they was talking about like 20 killed. when it first came out, and I'm like, well, damn, this dude is, and like they was talking about like 50 injured and shit. And then this morning they confirmed it's like 50 people. He killed. I mean, he went straight game system on them. I think they said like an AR-15. That's your shit. I know it's like a
for the video game.
Yeah.
I'm like, you make it sound like I collect. I'm like, I know about it.
But yeah, and I think he also had a handgun, and they had like video footage of outside, and you can just hear the shots just tap, 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 tap. I'm like, damn. And so sorry is, by 12 noon, it was out of my mind. I wasn't even thinking about the situation. Like a few years ago, when you had other stuff like Columbine or Sandy Hook, I wouldn't even say the black people in the church because we was desensitized to that. And so now, it's the same feeling. It doesn't last long. Usually they'll probably talk about it for a week or so, but you probably only hear about it about one more day, and then it's life as usual. And do you think that's First of all, what you think about the guy? I think they said he was like a recruit, or he pledged to ISIS. But he's American. He's born like in New York or something. But his parents are like from Afghanistan.
I think his name is Omar or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy. Like I'm trying to imagine, because there was a time where we actually got out the house and we used to go to the clubs. But can you imagine just being in the club and somebody come in, and start shooting?
Yeah, and like it's like for a specific person.
50 people, like you just randomly
spraying folk. They said a third of the club, he killed, and I'm like, I mean, you just.
And I think his father was trying to say that his motivation, what sparked his outrage, is that he saw two guys kissing in front of his wife and his son or something like that, and so
he just gonna go to a gay club and just gonna.
And try to end them.
I'm like that statement and didn't help at all. It seemed like he was just talking. I guess I have to say something since I'm his dad, and so I'm gonna say this, and because that I think he was trying to even a good excuse.
I don't even know. Man, it's crazy, and the sad part, like you just said, is the fact that we're starting to hear more and more about situations like this, and after a week, we move on to the next situation.
Within a week. We done moved on, cause unless they bring it back up in the news, we ain't gonna be thinking about.
How did we get like this? Is it because of how frequent these events are happening, or we're just so simple-minded that we can't focus on anything for too long?
I think it's I think it got to do a lot to do with the media, what they put out. Once they done with that story, that's pretty much they're done feeding us. And so we're done with that meal, and until they bring it up, we back watching ratchet shit and looking at fights on the internet and all this, worrying about the finals and so until they bring it up again, it's out of our heads. It seems like we programmed like that. It's like once they shut it off, we done. We shut off. As far as unless you really
like
feel
your family,
unless it hits home, then that's understandable. But if it don't, especially if it's in a different state other than yours, or in your surrounding area or town, you I ain't gonna say you don't care, but you're not a part of it, unless you really feel some type of way, and but.
Prayers going out to the the victims, the family, and I think 53. He shot 103 people for 50 to be.
He came for war. He came to kill folk. He probably in his mind he wish he could have killed everybody. How he was shooting folk, and so I think he got there around like 2:00
in the morning.
While the club was still jumping or whatnot. And I think he held the rest. A lot of them fled outside, for safety, of course. And the ones that was in there, he held until around like 5:00 when a SWAT unit came in and did what they did. And so he was in there about 3 hours, terrorizing folk. So it's a bad situation. what you gonna do? You know.
I don't even know, man.
So I say I wasn't gonna mention, but I I think I will. Old Bobby. I know y'all saw. I hope y'all saw the interview that Bobby Brown had on 2020, and he was there to promote his book, Every Little Step, and I guess it talking about his progression in life and whatnot, and of course, like a lot of the interview had to do with his relationship with Whitney, and he telling little nuggets of when they first got married, or right before they got married, he saw her in their wedding dress and stuff, hunched over, snorting some coke, and so she offered him something, like nah, but the thought process of people back in the day thought he was the bad boy and he turned her bad, but she was already doing her own little thing, and he talked about him sleeping with Madonna and Janet Jackson and throwing Janet Jackson out the hotel room and shit, but hell, I guess when you're a superstar, because Bobby Brown was that dude around like between 88 and like 91. He was that dude.
We didn't have TV, so I don't know.
You don't have to have TV to listen to music. And you always singing them old songs. You know Bobby Brown.
I know. I know.
I haven't seen him.
I didn't know like much about him aside from his music. I didn't know his life.
But that was before Whitney. I'm talking about
even when he was with Whitney Houston, I didn't really know too much about him.
That goes back to you not having.
We didn't have TV, so I couldn't. Wasn't nobody reading newspaper. We wasn't buying a newspaper unless it was a Sunday paper. They wasn't talking about Bobby Brown and Whitney.
From the hood and misunderstood.
Hey, what can I say? We didn't have a TV.
But what gave me pause was his little.
Don't talk about the ghost. We talked about this. Wait a minute. We talked about this on our other show, Keep It Moving podcast, and you was going in on me.
Cause that was ridiculous. Well, the thing was, he said, the house that he lived in Atlanta, he said it was kind of spooky, whatnot, and he said he woke up in the middle of the night with a ghost straddling him, and then he said he had sex with the ghost, and I'm like, that took a different turn in the interview. I didn't think that was, okay, I can get where you probably saw something. Yeah. But not having it full-fledged. And then letting them do it, like you don't give a fuck. And I'm just gonna let it happen.
Well, what
it might be was with it. It's hey.
Ghost gonna do what ghost gonna do. What can you do? It's a ghost. You can't control a ghost.
You can control what you do though.
Sometimes. Not all the time, man.
I'll be damned.
It's a ghost.
Funk that.
A ghost will probably take you out. You never know. I'm just saying, let ghosts do what they do.
I was say, Jesus take the wheel. A ghost straddling me. Right now, I ain't thinking about pleasure moments. If I see a ghost,
you probably
on top of me,
you probably afraid.
I ain't afraid. It's a concern. It seems like you ain't getting past a ghost. Him saying a ghost is,
The ghost ain't supposed to be there. That's what you...
Very good, man. You get a star. You're finally coming around.
I'm just saying.
Whatever. But that was unreal. Talking about you just let it happen. I couldn't.
Ghost gonna do what ghost gonna do.
Don't keep on giving me that like.
That's a creed I live by.
Like it's a scripture or something. Ghost gonna do what ghost gonna do. John 14:3. Hey. Nah. You got anything else?
No, man. Ghost gonna do. Ghost gonna do. The shade is closed.
Yeah. We closing on you. Until next time, folks.